Republicans say that Democrats are picking on Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is doing just fine.
But do you think that users have a right to freedom of speech, even if what they're saying is wrong or offensive?
I think that one human being should not decide how millions of people communicate with each other. One human being should not be able to go into a dark room by himself and decide, oh, that person gets heard from, that person doesn't. That's not how it should work.
Boy, oh boy, guys, now we know why the Democrats are so upset with Elon Musk purchasing Twitter. Remember, guys, the Democrats told us that, hey, Twitter's a private company. They can do whatever they want. If you don't like it, go start your own company, right? Remember when they said that? When we said, I don't think that Twitter's content moderation / censorship policies are being fairly implemented, right? We think that there is systemic discrimination and censorship against conservatives and conservative points of view because Twitter has a political agenda. You remember when we said that? The left, the mainstream liberal media said, that's a conspiracy. That's a right-wing conspiracy. You guys don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You're right-wing conspiracy theorists. You're a crackpot, tinfoil hat Alex Jones. Right? This is what he said. This is what he said, even though it was blatantly obvious when Twitter censored the New York Post, which is a big media outlet, right? It's a legitimate newspaper. They censored the New York Post when they put out the Hunter Biden story, a story that clearly was something that should have been investigated and talked about right before the election. A story that possibly could have swung the outcome of the election. Russian disinformation. Bruh. Oh my God, man. I'm just like, I'm losing my mind. Right? I'm legitimately losing my mind because it always happens like this. We scream at the top of our lungs that something is happening. The mainstream media says that we're lying, we're conspiracy theorists, it's not true. And then years later, we found out we're right. We're 100% correct about everything. And then they face no accountability, no responsibility for it. Elon Musk, who's been the greatest thing for Republicans, right, than any Republican I can think of in a long time, okay, maybe since Trump, right? He says that Twitter has interfered in elections. Now, if you guys recall correctly, Elon Musk promised to drop some Twitter files to expose the overt censorship, political censorship that was happening at Twitter, right? And he basically has come out today and basically confirmed that, hey, before I took over the company, Twitter was actively trying to interfere in the election. Right? They were actively trying to swing the outcome of the election, which again, this is a water's wet thing for us, right? People that are actually informed. But for the mainstream liberal media, again, it literally is a bombshell because it proves that what they were saying about systemic discrimination and censorship against conservatives, again, they said it was conspiracy, is true. It's 100% true. We all know it's true. Content moderation is not done and implemented fairly and evenly, right? It's also not done for safety and to stop mis/disinformation. It's actually done for the exact opposite reason. Okay? It is actually done to push misinformation. It is done to push a narrative. For example, with COVID, they literally, with the content moderation policies on all these social media platforms, were pushing misinformation. They were pushing misinformation about the virus and the vaccines and masks. They were pushing misinformation, okay? And people who were giving correct information were banned for life, right? It's not about the science. It's not about truth. It's not about any of that. It's about narrative, power, the agenda. And what's funny about this is that the so-called democracy-crats, the people that care so much about democracy, you remember how they was screaming so much about Russia interfering in U.S. elections because they allegedly bought some Facebook ads and target them towards black people in favor of Donald Trump, right? That's literally what the Democrats' argument was. That was the Russian interference thing, right? It was Russia buying Facebook ads and targeting them towards black people. Again, ridiculous. They were so upset about this. Our election should not be interfered with like this. They ain't gonna have anything to say about this, right? They're gonna be pissed about this, but not because of the election interference, not because that this is an attack on democracy, but because it basically exposes them and it takes away an advantage that they had, which is that these social media platforms moderate content in favor of Democrats. That's what they do. Liberals don't get punished for the same things that conservatives get punished for. It is much more likely that a conservative is going to get punished for the same thing that liberals are allowed to get away with, because they clearly want to have an uneven playing field for Democrats. They want Democrats to win. The people that control these companies all donate to Democrats. They're all political actors. So why in the world would I not think that this is what they're doing? Of course, that's what they're doing. They have the power to influence public opinion. Therefore, they have the power to influence the outcome of elections. This is why they're pissed. This is why they're losing their mind. Even though nothing has fundamentally changed, what they know is that the truth is going to get exposed. And now that it's going to be a level playing field, they're not going to have this advantage anymore. So without further ado, let's actually read about this, because Elon Musk is kind of dropping some bombs here. So let's read here. Twitter owner and CEO Elon Musk on Wednesday acknowledged that prior to his takeover, the obvious reality was that Twitter has interfered in elections through its content moderation policies. Musk's explosive assertion came in response to comments made by Yoel Roth, Twitter's former head of trust and safety, who indicated the social media platform was not safer under the Tesla CEO's leadership. Roth was speaking at a Knight Foundation conference on Tuesday when he explained why he resigned from Twitter, accusing Musk of running the company like a dictator. Quote, "One of my limits was if Twitter starts being ruled by dictatorial edict rather than by policy, there is no longer a need for me in my role doing what I do," Roth said per Reuters. No. What he's actually really mad about is that he doesn't have the dictatorial power, because everybody else in the company agrees with him. They're all left-wing, to censor people like Trump. This guy is an anti-Trumper. I don't know why Elon Musk didn't fire his ass, right? Elon Musk should have just fired him, okay? But again, I mean, I guess you can't fire everybody. You got to leave some people in place to actually kind of know what's going on, right? But again, this guy has Trump derangement syndrome. He's put out anti-Trump tweets before, and he was in charge of Twitter's head of trust and safety. You don't think he's going to abuse that power, right? You don't think he's going to abuse that in order to influence the outcome of elections, to make sure things go the way that he wants politically? Because again, these people, they're very passionate about this stuff. And if you had that power at your fingertips, would you not use it? Of course they're going to use it. Of course they're going to use it. And that's what Elon Musk is exposing. As the head of trust and safety, Roth was responsible for key content moderation decisions, including banning former President Donald Trump from the platform and suppressing the New York Post's coverage of the Hunter Biden laptop story. His decision to leave the company was a part of a mass exodus of Twitter employees who left over disagreements with Musk's free speech absolutist vision, or were laid off in harsh cost-cutting measures enforced by the billionaire. Twitter's content moderation policies have been harshly criticized by free speech advocates, particularly on the right, who have accused the company of enforcing its rules against conservatives in a one-sided manner. The suppression of the Hunter Biden laptop story happened in the lead up to the 2020 presidential election and was believed by many conservatives to have been motivated by a desire to shield then candidate Joe Biden from scrutiny over his family's foreign business dealings. Quote, "Twitter has shown itself to not be safe for the past 10 years and has lost users' trust. The past team of trust and safety is a disgrace, so it doesn't have any right to judge what is being done now. They had a chance, but they sold their souls to a corporation," one user commented on Reuters' coverage of Roth's remarks. Exactly. Elon Musk wrote in a reply, "The obvious reality, as longtime users know, is that Twitter has failed in trust and safety for a very long time and has interfered in elections." Musk did not elaborate on how Twitter interfered in elections, but promised that Twitter 2.0 would be far more effective, transparent, and even-handed. Twitter did not immediately reply to a request for comment. Yeah, so I hope that at some point Elon Musk here drops the goodies and the details on how. It would be interesting to see if, again, he has evidence that they have documentation showing that one of the reasons why we were doing it is because we want to influence the outcome of the election, or that Joe Biden is their preferred candidate, or whatever, right? I want to see that, okay? I mean, it's just not enough to say that they did. I believe Elon, but he needs to drop some evidence. He claimed that he was going to drop some evidence. He needs to drop some evidence, right? But I definitely believe it. I think it's obvious that that's what was happening. I think common sense tells you that, again, anybody that a company that has that much, influence over public opinion, being run by people who are left-wing activists, who are communists, of course they're going to try to swing things in their direction, right? This is why they're so passionate about fighting against hate and bigotry and keeping Twitter safe. All that means is just, hey, making sure that Democrats look favorable. And this is why these people are so upset. This is why they're so upset, despite the fact that, again, Elon Musk, he's fighting electromagnetic warfare with Russia. Okay, he's literally the enemy of Putin. Okay, he's helping Ukraine. Okay, he also is leading in renewable energy. Tesla. He's helping NASA go to the moon, Mars. I mean, this guy is doing everything that the left agrees with. But for some reason, they're so upset about him purchasing Twitter and saying, look, I want to allow free speech. I want it to be an even playing field. Well, again, we now know why. Because it was all about power and control. Elon Musk is a threat to their power and control. And this is why they're lashing out. When otherwise they don't have a real reason to. They don't have a real reason to. But again, now we know why, because Elon is exposing the goods. It's just a damn shame that Elon Musk has done more for free speech. He's done more for the conservative cause than basically 99% of these Republicans in Congress. That shows you how useless politicians are. And without Elon Musk, I really would say that, it would look really bad, right? We would be in really bad shape without Elon Musk. And again, the guy is a moderate. He's a moderate. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.